Tigbawan. The brief history of Tigbawan. It was believed that the purchase of Panay by 10 Bornean Datus or chieftains led by Datu Puti and the division of Panay Island by the ruling chieftains, namely Datu Sumakwel for Hamtik-Antique, Datu Bankaya for Aklan, Capiz, and Datu Paiburong for Irong-Irong, Iloilo. Due to population increase in the Siwaragan area located in San Joaquin, Iloilo, where the Borneans settled families from the tribes of Labing Irog and Mangwalis decided to migrate elsewhere for greener pasture. Following the course of the rising sun, they landed in the place which they immediately called Katigbawan because of the luxuriant growth of species of giant grasses or tall weeds known to them as tigbao. The name Tigbawan derived from the tall reed grass known in botany as Antisteria ciliata. It is locally called tigbao, which grew abundantly in the place then. The area at which this species of grass was abundant was referred to by the natives as Katigbawan. Whenever visitors asked for the name of the place, natives pointed to the grass, and in the course of time, the place became popularly known as Tigbawan. The people in Tigbawan are called Tigbawenyas. In the year 1575, Spaniards from the La Villarica de Arevalo established the Pueblo de Tigbawan, which was later on shortened to its present name, Tigbawan. Then they transferred the poblacion of the Pueblo de Tigbawan from Parara referred as Di Anbanwa by the elders, which later on became an encomienda or land grant of the King of Spain given to Don Esteban Rodriguez de Figueroa. In 1592, the local leadership of Tigbawan had been held by the Augustinian and Jesuit friars. According to the book, the Jesuits in in the Philippines by the late historian and writer Father Horacio de la Costa during the Jesuit interregnum, the first Jesuit boarding school for boys. The first educational center in the Philippines was established in Tigbawan by Father Pedro Chirino, who later on became a well-known Jesuit historian. The first boarding school in the Philippines is exclusive institution that catered to the children of Spaniards and prominent Filipino families. The significant people and local heroes. In 1870, under the leadership of Capitan Serapio Teruel, they started to improve the roads and public projects of the town. In 1897 to 1898, the uprising in Tigbawan against the Spanish rule was led by Rafael Awa Tunong Banwa, then capital del pueblo. At the turn of the century, the American appointed Guido Teruel as the town executive, followed by Constantino Benedicto Gonzalez, who was appointed the first president. Succeeding him was Domingo Trompeta Sr. as a result of the rapid political changes in the country and the first stirring for independence, Gil Rivas, was elected as the first Tigbawan mayor in 1945 under the Commonwealth government. During World War II, Tigbawan had shared tragedy and devastations of structures and death of civilians and the unsung heroes of World War II. Tigbawan was later on chosen by the U.S. Army High Command as the landing site for the U.S. 40th Infantry Division on March 18, 1945. After the liberation of Tigbawan, civil government was restored. Jose Torrefranca Sr. was appointed mayor from 1946 to 1947, succeeded by Gregorio Tubilla, who was elected as mayor in 1948. Further improvements were done during the early 1960s, where Eugenio Torrento became the mayor, followed by Bonifacio M. Trevilegio and Celso T. Ledesma in 1992 and was re-elected in May 1995. In 1998, Mirna M. Torres was elected as the First Lady Mayor, known to be a woman of vision, proposed for the revival of the handloom weaving industry for our women who are in this line of interest. The local hero of Tigbawan is Jose Aquilino T. Teniente, or Superboy. By joined the Kilusang Kristiyano ng Kabataang Pilipino or KKKP, whose slogan of "Love your neighbor, serve the people" resonated with his principle. He grew up in a religious environment. As a member of KKP, Boy, together with his fellow seminarians, visited with the poor families living in nearly communities. He helped in the development of local social action centers to promote their welfare and interest. The geography of Tigbawan. The municipality of Tigbawan is a coastal town 23 kilometers southwest of Iloilo City. It is one of the seven towns comprising the first district of province of Iloilo, which lies between 10 degrees 40 minutes and 30 seconds latitude and 122 degrees 22 minutes and 30 seconds longitude. It is bounded by the towns of Leon on the northwest, San Miguel on the northeast, Oton, and on the east is Gimbal. To the west by the Iloilo Strait on the south. Topography of Tigbawan. The municipality generally has a flat terrain. The plains cover an area of 6,667 or about 75% of the total area of the municipality. Rolling hills covering an area of about 1,518 hectares are located along boundaries of neighboring towns, excluding Oton and San Miguel. Population levels and growth pattern. Based on the National Statistics Office census of 2010, the municipality recorded a fluctuating growth rate from 1903 to 1960 and steadily increased with a growth rate of 2.43% in 1990. From 2000 to 2010, population growth rate increased from 1.39 to 1.55%. The culture of Tigbawan. Saludan Festival is annually celebrated in October. Salud, a Hiligaynon term used for the crude method of threshing rice, catching fingerlings through nets, or the process of extracting juice from a coconut tree, is the main theme of the celebration. The community erupts into a riot of colors as it showcases the town's distinct traditional activity celebrated through dance and music. Ibos. In Tigbawan, one famous delicacy is the suman sa ibos or simply ibos. This delicacy is what Ilonggos would usually pair up with mango, chocolate, or brown sugar. Ibos is a native delicacy made from glutinous rice or locally known as pilit, mixed with coconut milk and then wrapped in coconut leaves. It can be found anywhere and sold mostly in bundles. Suman latik. Suman latik is also one of the favorite native delicacies not just here in Tigbawan but also in the whole province of Iloilo. It's just a plain suman topped with a sweetened coconut strips or locally known as bukayo. It is glutinous rice mixed with coconut milk, then wrapped in banana leaves. Tourist spots of Tigbawan. Tigbawan Church is unique in the country because of its Latin American Churriguerest architecture. The church was constructed in the 1575 and destroyed during an earthquake in 1948. Tigbawan's facade is style in the Mexican plateresque. At the center is a seal of the Augustinian order surrounded by a tableau-like floral frieze, which fills the central section. Above the seal is a niche flanked by pilasters embellished with flowers, and upon it is a depiction of San Juan. Keeping the relief is the image of Santo Niño. The church interior was gutted during the Second War. Today, Southeast Asian Fisheries Development Center or SIFDEC is located at Barangay Buyuan and was established in 1967. It is an intergovernmental organization promotes sustainable fisheries development in the region. This 40-hectare complex includes various research laboratories, hatcheries, and broodstock tanks, and caters to the information and technical services on bangus and prawns culture with complete amenities and facilities through their physical plant and substations. Mascovado Sugar Mill Ruins on Zyco Farm in Barangay Namukon, Tigbawan, Iloilo. The Zyco Farm is one of the largest in the area, although its size was reduced during the redistribution during the Marcos era. During the war, this farmhouse was used as a headquarters by the Japanese. Once the war was over, the farmhouse was burned by the local residents who may not have wished the family to return and reassert control over the farmlands. This photo said to have been taken in 1914. References